welcome to MSTV. I'm Neha Chauhan. Today I'm here with the Commander of British Empire, Right Honorable Lord Raj Loomba sir and Lady Loomba ma'am. Hello sir.
I'm very pleased to be here, and I'm most grateful to Mr. Sandeep Marwah ji to invite us. I'm here together with my wife, Lady Loomba, my daughter, Honorable Rita Sarkar, and my granddaughter, Rashi Sarkar, who has just completed her Chartered Accountant um, course.
That's great sir. And what about you ma'am? How are you being?
I'm fine, thank you. We are really privileged to be here today, and many thanks to Marwah Studio for us to have her here and explain a little bit about the Loomba Foundation.
Okay. And coming to Marwah Studios, how is experience of you guys both have?
It's a great privilege, as my wife told, and I have met Mr. Marwa a few times in London,
Yes sir.
and he's a great person. He's done wonderful job. You can't say enough for his success, and he's a very dedicated and committed person.
Okay. And ma'am, what about you?
Same, I have the same feeling that he's a very prosperous man, but still down to earth, very respectable, and we are proud to be associated with him.
Okay. And if we talk about your journey in being the commander in British Empire, how far that journey has been?
The journey actually started from a village in Punjab, a very small village where I was born almost over 80 years ago. And after my father passed away, um, my mother became a widow and she suffered discrimination um, and ostracization, which I saw firsthand, although I was just 10 years old. But the real problem happened when I got married. The priest asked my mother to move away from the Vedya, and I couldn't understand why my mother uh, gave me birth. My mother educated me. My mother always wished me well. And how can she bring me bad luck? So that has been my inspiration. And and so when my mother passed away, I decided together with my wife to set up a charity uh, in her memory. Now, that charity's focus originally was to educate children of poor widows in India because I always felt that my mother had financial resources and therefore she educated all her 7 children single handedly. And if she didn't have resources, God knows what I would be doing today in India. And therefore, I wanted to help the children of poor widows. And with that in mind, we started our project in Delhi, which was launched by the Prime Minister at that time, Shri Atal Bihari ji, Vajpayee ji. And at the launch, we were supposed to um, start a project to educate 100 children of poor widows in Delhi. But then I thought we should do it throughout the country. At that moment, there were about 29 states. So I pledged with Atalji that I will actually educate 100 children in every state of India. The philosophy behind that was that in India, if there are so many religions, so many, um, different cultures. For example, in Punjab, people wear different clothes, they speak different language, they even eat different food if you compare it with Kolkata or with Madras. However, when a woman loses her husband, she gets the same treatment. She becomes a widow and she is ostracized. Uh, And therefore, I wanted to educate 100 children as an example in every state of India, which we did.
Right.
The program started in 1999. It was completed by 2006. And while we were running that program, I realized that the problem is quite serious. It's not just, and nobody has paid any attention to resolve the situation, to uplift the status of widows. And therefore, we decided that we should actually empower a widow, who can become self-reliant, can educate all our children, and lead a life of dignity. So, with that in mind, we started empowering widows. Also, at the same time, we also learned that the widowhood problem is not limited to India alone. In fact, in African countries, it is even worse, uh, basically due to three reasons: culture, tradition, which is much bad over there. In India, for example, a widow is considered to be inauspicious.
Right.
Whereas in those countries, widows lose inheritance, widows are treated out of the society altogether, and that they have some traditions where widows have to sleep on the floor for a month without clothes. Widows have to um, marry the younger brother of the deceased husband. And they're really badly treated. I mean, we have published a book on it, um, which is called World Widows Report, and it's eye-opening. And I have presented that to our Prime Minister and also to the United Nations Secretary General. And because of all this information which we collected in 2005, I launched International Widows Day, which takes place every year on 23rd of June, and it is the date when my mother became widow in 1954 in this country. This day was supposed to be a day of action, day of raising awareness around the world, because there are 258 million widows around the world, out of which 46 million are from India. So it's a huge number. And when you consider their children, which on average 2 to 3, that means it's over 500 million children who also become victim just because they lost their father. And if you again take their dependents, to over a billion people who become victim of widowhood. So United Nations listened to us. It took us 5 years for our campaign, and they adopted International Widows Day, 23rd of June, which I was very honored, very privileged, very humbled.
There are only 3 international days like that. So
Yes, that is also true. In India, um, there are 3 international UN international days. One is, of course, Mahatma Gandhi, which takes place on 2nd of October. Second one is Mr. Modi established Yoga Day on June 21.
22nd.
Bina is 21, and ours 23rd of June. So it's a legacy which I think the Loomba Foundation has created. And I have come here with my family to launch a new project in Vrindavan, which is taking place on the 30th of September. And I'm very honored and pleased that Mr. Marwah is going to attend it and speak at that event. We are going to launch an empowerment project for 1,000 widows or their youth who will be trained as general duty assistants in healthcare. And the other event which we are also attending while we are here is in Patna, because we have completed a project of empowering 2,000 widows in uh, Bihar, and so we're going to go and celebrate that uh, completion of the event. And we are very honored that the governor of Bihar is attending the function together with Ravi Shankar Prasad ji. The Virindavan function will be attended as chief guest by Hema Malini, who is the MP for there.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
And ma'am, through Loomba Foundation, what message you would like to convey?
I will convey to um, everybody who can afford a little bit to think on those lines, to provide something to help the widows to have the dignity to stand up in the society. So they are not treated as that they're nobody.
Right.
They have a life, so they should be respected and given some dignity. That's my thoughts on this issue.
And how can we aware people about through this foundation, Loomba Foundation, about divorced people, divorced women, and how to empower them? So, what message we can like convey to them to aware them about it?
That's excuse me.
Sure.
That's what we are doing, through Loomba Foundation to make more and more awareness. That's what we're doing even in Vrindavan and in Patna. We have done it, but we will be doing another project in different places to bring more and more awareness.
We launched in January this year um, a new initiative to empower 100,000 widows in this country in the next 4 years, aligned with SDGs um, of the United Nations. And we are approaching people who are able to sponsor those projects. And we are getting a very, very good response from various people. And I'm very happy if I'm sure we will succeed. And a university in England, Northampton University, has done research and proved that every woman, every widow, we sponsor and train her to become self-reliant. She is helping 11 members of the family. So it's a big achievement for anybody who will, support this project.
Right. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, ma'am, for doing such a great initiative for the society. Thank you so much.
सर आज आप मारवा स्टूडियो में आए क्या कुछ बताना चाहेंगे
I'm extremely happy to be here, first of all, and I'm very grateful that Mr. Marwah has invited us. I have the pleasure of meeting him in London few times, but it's great to meet him at his place. And what I have learned from him today, I'm over the world to see that how good work he has done, how he has made success not only for himself, but thousands of other people who have been received training in different sectors, and his university is doing wonderful work. And more than that, I'm so happy to be seeing thousands of awards he's got. Now, he wouldn't get these awards unless he's doing something good. So that proves in itself. The purpose of our visit this year, on this time, is to attend two functions. One, we are organizing a launch of 1,000 widows and the youth to be trained as general duty assistants in healthcare, and Hema Malaniji is our chief guest there. And the second one is to celebrate the completion of our project in Bihar of 2,000 widows and their youth who have been trained in several sectors, including tourism, hospitality, food processing, here, healthcare, IT, computers, uh, during the last 1 year. And that project has been sponsored by Solab International, uh, which I'm very proud of. And the governor of Bihar, together with Ravi Shankar Prasad ji, are attending the function there. And we are very, very happy that I have come together here with my wife, Lady Loomba, and with my daughter, Rita Sarkar, and of course my granddaughter, who I'm very fond of, is also with us.
लुम्बा फाउंडेशन का इनॉग्रेशन कब है और कितने लोग के आने की संभावना है वहाँ पे?
I'm sorry, I didn't get you.
How many people you're expecting to attend?
Oh, in Vrindavan, we are expecting about 500 people, out of which there will be 300 widows who we have already trained in at previous time. We actually trained 500 widows a few years ago. So out of them, 300 are attending. And then there will be around 200 people who are senior politicians, business people, dignitaries, and some other new sponsors.
Thank you so much, sir.
And in Patna, there will be also more than 300 people attending the function.
हाल ही में मैं अभी लंदन में था, यूनाइटेड किंगडम में, और ये मेरा सौभाग्य रहा कि मुझे लॉर्ड राज रूम्बा जी ने हाउस ऑफ लॉर्ड में वहाँ पर बुलाया, और सिर्फ बुलाया ही नहीं बल्कि सम्मानित भी किया। मुझे इससे पहले भी लॉर्ड लूम्बा जी से मिलने का सौभाग्य प्राप्त हुआ है, जब मैं पिछली बार हाउस ऑफ लॉर्ड ब्रिटिश पार्लियामेंट में बुलाया गया था और वहाँ पर मुझे एक बार फिर से सम्मानित किया गया था। मैं इस बार मैंने निवेदन किया था लॉर्ड राज लूम्बा जी से कि जब भी वो दिल्ली आए वो जरूर मारवा स्टूडियो में आए, उससे हमारी भी शान शौकत बढ़ेगी और उन्हें भी पता चलेगा कि हम लोग हिंदुस्तान में हकीकत में क्या कर रहे हैं। आज लॉर्ड लूम्बा जी मारवा स्टूडियो में पधारे हैं, मुझे बड़ी खुशी है। यहाँ पर उनके स्वागत के लिए हम लोगों ने पूरी तैयारी कर रखी है। हमारी कोशिश ये रही है कि जिस संस्था को लेकर वो आगे बढ़े हैं, जो लूम्बा फाउंडेशन है, एक बड़ा जबरदस्त और बड़ा खास सब्जेक्ट उन्होंने चुना है, वो भी विडोज को लेकर। और लूम्बा फाउंडेशन कई सालों से उन तमाम विधवाओं को मदद कर रही है जो अपने आप में काबिल नहीं है या उनके पास इकोनॉमिकली जो वीक है। और जब उन्होंने मुझे इस संस्था के बारे में बताया तो मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा। मुझे लगा कि मुझे भी कुछ करना चाहिए। इससे पहले कि मैं सोचता, लॉर्ड लूम्बा जी ने मुझे अपनी संस्था में पैट्रन लिया है, ये भी मैं समझूंगा कि एक बहुत बड़ा सौभाग्य है मेरा। हम लोग अब मिलकर इस संस्था के लिए काम कर रहे हैं, तो मुझे पहला फर्ज मेरा बनता था कि मैं उनके इस संदेश को देश भर में पहुंचाऊं, जिसके लिए आप सभी लोगों को यहाँ पर तकलीफ दी गई है। रेडियो नोएडा, रेडियो रायपुर, रेडियो मुंबई, MSTV और तमाम जो खास खास चैनल हैं, उन्हें बुलाकर हम लोगों ने इस बात को देश तक पहुंचाने की आज कोशिश की है कि जो सब्जेक्ट शायद बहुत सारे लोगों से पीछे रह गया है, ये भूल गए हैं विडोज को लेकर, वो लॉर्ड लूम्बा जी ने उस सब्जेक्ट को पकड़ा है और उसके लिए बेहतरीन बड़ा खूबसूरत काम कर रहे हैं। अब इनका हाल ही में 30 तारीख को एक बहुत बड़ी कॉन्फ्रेंस है जहां पर बहुत सारी विधवाओं को बहुत सारा सामान बांटा जाएगा, और हर साल, कई बार साल में 2 दफा, और फिर सिर्फ हिंदुस्तान में नहीं या अलग अलग शहरों में नहीं बल्कि विदेशों में भी लॉर्ड लूम्बा जी इस संस्था को लेकर बहुत सारी बातें और बहुत सारा काम कर रहे हैं। मारवा स्टूडियो एक बार फिर से लॉर्ड राज रूम्बा को उनका स्वागत करता है और उनके इस प्रयास के साथ आज कह सकते हैं कि जुड़ चुका है।
इंडो यूके के बीच के जो रिलेशनशिप है, और आज यहाँ पे लॉर्ड राज लुम्बा जी भी आए थे, तो क्या लगता है सर कि कितना महत्वपूर्ण है दोनों देशों के लिए?
बिल्कुल, आपने बहुत अच्छा फरमाया। इंडो यूके फिल्म एंड कल्चर फोरम हम लोगों ने कुछ साल पहले बनाई थी और उसके अंतर्गत हम लोग बहुत सारे काम कर चुके हैं। शायद सबसे ज़्यादा काम मैंने यूनाइटेड किंगडम के लिए किया है और यही वजह है कि मैं पहला भारतीय बना हूँ जिसे ब्रिटिश पार्लियामेंट के अंदर 10 दफ़ा नवाज़ा जा चुका है। हम लोगों का पर्पस ही यही रहता है कि यूके और इंडिया के लोगों के बीच में प्यार, मोहब्बत, इज्जत, मान, मर्यादा पैदा की जाए ताकि लोग के अंदरों जब दोनों में सुख शांति का वातावरण होगा तो वहीं पर जो है कामयाबी ज्यादा होगी। जब पहली बार मैं गया था तो हाउस ऑफ लॉर्ड में मैंने जो किताब रिलीज की थी वो थी 8 इयर्स ऑफ मोदी सरकार। आदरणीय मोदी साहब की वो पहली किताब थी जो ब्रिटिश पार्लियामेंट में रिलीज हुई थी। इस बार जब मैं गया तो जो किताब मेरे पे श्रेया कटियाल ने लिखी थी उसका सेकंड एडिशन तैयार हो चुका था, वॉक इनटू द कॉरिडोर्स ऑफ एटर्निटी। उस किताब को हम लोगों ने वहां पे इस बार रिलीज किया था। तो इस तरह के बहुत सारे इवेंट हम लोग यहाँ पर यूके को लेकर करते हैं और यूके में बहुत सारे इवेंट हम लोग इंडिया को लेकर करते हैं, चाहे वो कला संस्कृति को या उसमें मतलब कि डांस, ड्रामा, म्यूजिक, सिनेमा, सभी कुछ उसके अंदर इन्वॉल्व होता है।